Let's Carolyn radio show. It is Monday night, and I have my friend here, Coach Pamela Stone. Hi, Pam.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing?
I
So,
am
you're wonderful.
absolutely.
So, our topics tonight, as you can see in the description, is shifting your mindset, taking control of setbacks and manifestations. And I want to start off because I did my homework. I want to start off with manifestations. Manifestations remind me of the law of attraction, Pam.
Absolutely.
Are they similar or the same?
I think they're different
Okay.
because, and the reason why I say that is manifestation is all about being focused, being mindful, focusing your energy, your inner energy on what you're wanting or what you're obtaining. Law of attraction is like a magnet. It's already there, and it's just coming attached to you. Um, I feel that manifestation takes a little bit more time and challenge to work on, because you have to go through obstacles, growth obstacles, versus the other. It's again, it's there. It's like your third eye. It's already there, and you don't have to do anything about it. So no,
Yeah, because I looked at manifestations as our thoughts, our beliefs, um, and our inner energy.
absolutely
And you can manifest anything you want based on thought appear into your reality.
right.
Remember the book, The Law of Attraction by
Yes,
William Graham?
yes,
You read that book
yes. Long time ago.
when it first came out, right?
Right.
When it
Exactly.
first came out.
Exactly.
And it gives you all these different things and steps to attract whatever you want to come to you. That's how come I say, is it similar or is it different? Because I'm looking like we can manifest our thoughts, we can manifest our beliefs, we can
Right.
manifest our feelings into whatever we want.
Right.
But the law of attraction, even though it's there, you still got to go through a process to make it happen. Because it is in the universe, but you got to ask the universe for it.
True. That's true. But I still feel it's still different because, again, it's already there. The law of attraction, it's already there.
Mhm.
It's already in your space. You don't have to, you just have to bring it forth more. It's the, again, it's like that third eye. It's already there versus the manifestation. We have a lot going on in our mind. And so you have to focus on what's going on in your mind to manifest on what you want to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel, again, and manifestation, again, I both, they both take time. Now, don't get me wrong, because they both take time on, and it took me a minute to understand how I can manifest what I want to manifest. I have a friend that's her job, and she
It's a
taught me,
process.
girl,
You got to go through steps.
steps. Right. But wait a minute. Have you been one of the, well, I'm one of those people that, oh, that I can't do it. I can't do it. And she has been my girlfriend, I promise you, for 10 years, and that's her job. And I'm like, let me try it. And then when she started teaching me how to be conscious of my awareness, focus my energy, my inner energy on what I want, and it'll come to you, and not allow any negativity to come into your space, is how she has made me understand how to manifest what I want. And it works. I mean, I
It
promise
does.
you that, man, when it comes, when you do the steps and work through the process, it really works. And I tell you what, I'm blown away. I'm still blown away. And she's a really good friend. She doesn't say I told you so. She's like, just keep working the process. And I'm like, I am. But it
It
is a
is a process because as long as you have goals, that manifestation is always going to be a process.
so true.
So, what I did was some people don't know how to manifest what they want into a reality. So, I wrote down some steps. If I miss any steps, fill in the blanks.
Ooh.
So, I have the first step is choose what you want to have. You
Hmm.
gotta have some idea of what it is you want. And it has to be laser focused. It has to be very niched. It cannot be broad.
Right.
Want something, it has to be very specific and not broad. The second thing I wrote was get rid of things that stand in your way. That includes toxic relationships, that includes negative beliefs, that includes scheduling the time. Did I miss anything in that area, Pam?
No, because you know what? I was stuck on step 2 for a long time. Oh,
Toxic people?
yep. I promise you. It took me a long time to realize that you don't think that the toxic people's energy has to do with your manifestation of what you want. But once you move them out, I promise you, it was like God opened up the flood doors. He was just waiting for me to move out. And it's a story in the Bible where he's waiting for you to move out what you don't need. And once I moved that out, and my doors are still, it's still my cup is overflowing, but I had to move that relationship out. There was a couple of relationships I had to move out.
I left some people.
Was it hard?
Yes.
Any regrets?
No.
Do you still keep in contact with them?
Yes.
Do
I
they
do.
do
But
they
I don't allow them into my inner space because I believe in energy cords,
mm-hmm.
and we all have energy. And if you're trying to move in a specific direction to grow yourself and to acquire what you want to acquire, and you have someone who has these energy cords attached to you, it's going to hold you back. And that's also toxic as well. Energy cords is toxic, just like toxic relationships. So I had to be hurtful in cutting those ties because it did hurt. Because these are people that I care about. These are people that I love dearly. But I know somewhere down the line, I had to cut the cord.
Right. Did
And
they understand? I'm sorry, did they understand why you had to any of them approach you and ask you why you did what you did, or separated yourself, or removed yourself from their space?
no, they call me bougie, and
Yeah,
I'm not.
I get that too all the time. I'm like, okay.
No, oh, you just think you're better than everybody. No, I don't.
Right,
And then they call me bougie. No, I'm not.
right,
I'm a very humble person, and I believe like this. I'm not better than anybody. It's just that I may have more potential
right,
than some other people. I may be more driven
right.
than some other people, but it doesn't make me better than the next.
Yes, you're right. But it's hurt. It does hurt. And so how long did it take you to get over that? Or are
I'm
you
still,
over it now?
I'm not, because one of my friends who I thought I was cool with, and I will always reach out to her and tell her like, listen, we could do A, B, C, D. And she got mad with me. And she like, you know what, Carol? Every time you call me, it's about money. And I was like, not really. You know, I could call and just see how you doing. And what she meant was, when I did call her, especially in COVID time, if I know someone is having trouble with their money meeting, I can't
Okay,
say ends meeting because ends will never meet. But
true.
if I know that they're struggling with money coming in,
Mhm.
everybody was at some point during
Right,
COVID.
right.
And I would reach out and say, listen, this company has a special, and they lowered their entry rate, and this is the process.
Okay.
And she was talking about this one particular company, and I was like, listen, the company give you options. You didn't have to go out and recruit nobody. You could have just direct sales, or you could have just ordered the products that they have on wholesale, because
Mhm.
it was a health and wellness company that dealt with uplifting your immune system,
Okay.
right? And so I said, let me ask you something. You says it's always about money. You are an entrepreneur. Why are you in business?
Right.
If it's not about money, are you in business and an entrepreneur? Are you going to provide your services, your products for free? Or are
Right.
you going to sell them for what they are worth?
Right.
Still comes down to money.
Right.
No matter how she look at it, it
It's all
still comes down to money. I said, and when you want to talk about a pyramid, let's take a look at our government.
okay.
And I left it right there.
And what was her reaction?
And she was just angry with me. And I like, listen, I apologize that you feel that way. It was not meant to come out that way, but either you are a W-2 employee, or you are a W-9, or
Right.
you are a 1099, or you are a 1049.
Right.
Either way, it comes down to money.
Right.
It is
It,
what it is.
it is.
So what I stopped doing was, she let me know in a gentle way not to reach out to her and present anything that I think is going to be beneficial to her. And that's the way I took it. And I left it at that. When
I
we hung up the phone on a mutual, pleasant, wasn't no bridges burned.
right.
I'm not that kind of way. It's like, you said what you wanted to say. I
Right.
said what I wanted to say. Now we move on.
Right.
Did we meet each other at the top? Okay, congratulations. I'm happy for you. And that's how I look at it.
I totally agree with you. I too had that similar. It's funny how we all have to go through this to get here. I too had the similar encounter. I had 10 girlfriends that I could literally call and be like, hey, I need girlfriend time, or hey, let's all go out. But as soon as I started pivoting to where my purpose, they started dropping off. It was said that I was being acting like I was better than everybody else, which I'm not. It's just that my mindset is so totally different that I have to be on guard for me to know what I'm going to allow to come into my space.
Mhm.
So it was hard. I have to say it was hard. I did apologize. I too apologize. I apologized to the whole group. And I said, I'm sorry if I offended any of you on what I said, which I don't know what I still said, or what I did. No one even said they accepted it, but it is what it is. And I
Mhm.
did I did what I was supposed to do. And so that was one relationship. And then I had another friend relationship. You know, you bring people in thinking they got your back. And then when you realize that they don't have your back, I'm one of the people, okay, I'm gonna give it one more chance. And that person never stepped to the plate, never stepped to the plate. And so
And
it's okay.
and you know what? It is okay, because to me, when I get to my goal of what I am trying to accomplish and in process of accomplishing, who am I going? Remember, we talked about this the other day. Who
Right,
am I going to let sit at my table?
right. For people.
Yeah, and it's not a whole lot of people
No.
that can sit at your table when you get to a certain level, especially when you try to have them come with you.
Right, right, right. In any capacity that,
Yes.
that there, and we talked about this too, where we were willing to allow anybody to come sit at the table at any capacity. But then after a while, it gets so draining. Um, and that's when that was another weird way I learned how to do some manifestation and how it impact. I heard the word, I heard her teaching, but I learn how it really truly impact on what I wanted.
Mhm.
So I get that. Totally get that.
It's manifestation is very, very powerful.
Yes, it is.
Very powerful. Number three, I have visualize what you want to manifest. You got to go through a process of visualization. You got to be able to see it, and your vision has to be very, very clear. If you
Right.
can't see it and your vision is cloudy, it's not going to happen.
Right. I
It's,
agree with you. It's not. It's that was hard too. That one was hard for me. I'm gonna say all of these from here. It was hard for me.
because it's a process.
It
And
is.
in it, meditation plays a big part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mindset plays a big part.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
You
so
want stuff to happen, you got to change your mindset. And definitely there's going to be some meditation in there.
oh yeah.
A little quiet space somewhere
Absolutely. Oh, I
so
love
that
some
you can
meditation.
do the manifestations.
Right. But I have to say that one was hard too. Because, but let me tell you, I had a lot, but we all do. We have the world is going on so much in front of us that we don't pay attention. To get focus was really to vision what I wanted. That's it.
Mhm.
Not the focus, but the vision what I wanted was the part that
Right.
I couldn't see. Now I can see it as this is like when I wake up, I'm like, okay, I know what it is, where I'm going,
Mhm.
stuff like that.
I have for number 4, take action on your manifestations.
Oh, I can do
You have
that.
to execute.
Yes.
No execution is not going to happen. Some people feel as though, you know what, I want this, I want that, but they don't do nothing.
Right. It's like they talk the talk, but not walk the walk.
Exactly. They do nothing. It was like, you know what, I'm just waiting on it to happen. It
Right.
don't work like that. There's certain things that you have to do in order to make your goals a reality, make your manifestations become a reality, because it's just not going to happen
True.
unless you were just born wealthy.
Well, you see where we are, so we know that's not the case.
And I don't fit those shoes.
Well, do you hear what I said? Well, that's just not our case. So we gotta let the universe help us, help us
Yeah,
move.
we need the help of the universe to make those things happen. But you have like so many people like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then when you ask them, like, well, what are you doing about it to make that happen?
What do you get?
Nothing. I don't
Right.
know.
I can't no, I've had one say, well, can you do it for me?
No.
I said, well, if I do it for you, I'm going to keep whatever comes out. It's going to come to me. I'm not serving it up. Let's just be clear. But I've had that too. I have had that.
I haven't had nobody ask me, can I? Nope,
I have.
not one.
I have.
I
And I'm
haven't
like,
had anybody say, well, can you do it for me? Because my thing is, if I do it for you, the blessings is coming to me. And plus, I'm going to charge you if I do it for you.
did you hear what I said? If
Mhm.
I do it, I'm not going to charge you. I'm just keep it to myself. I mean, but it's not being stingy. And I was told I was being greedy. And of course, other names can come thereafter. But absolutely. No, no.
Okay. Number 5, recognize and appreciate. And ways of recognizing and appreciate is share your success with friends
Yes.
and hope they don't be pissed off and mad or envious.
Yes.
But instead, they're like, you know what? I'm happy for your success.
Absolutely.
Spread positive vibes so more positivity can come in.
Right.
Write in a gratitude journal. Do some journaling.
Do you journal?
Journaling is so important
Right.
and it helps. It
Yes.
helps you get it out of here
So
and
true.
put it on paper.
So true. So do you journal?
Yes,
How often?
every day.
Me too. I do it twice. I do it in the morning after I've done all my routine, and then I do it at night. Because I've noticed if I do it at night, all that was going on during the day will come on the paper and I can go to sleep. I can rest a little bit easier. So
Mine's, don't laugh at me, but I do mine at 2, 3, well, between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning because I'm still up. It's like when my day is done and my body says it's time for your cells to regenerate. You
yes.
need to lay down in the bed and just unwind from all the things that you did today, all the stuff that has reached your aura from the environment. It's time to lay down and let your cells regenerate. I would do that, lay down, get in the bed, but hey, I'm not sleepy.
Me,
I
right.
have books in the bed with me, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
And
That's me.
when I wake up, these books are still in the bed with me.
Right. Oh, that's me. I got my look, I done gone to sleep with my earbuds in and I said, oh, okay. And so I'm with you there, but my mind is consistently working. So I'm like you, around 4 o'clock, you can catch me up. I'm right. I'm doing at 4 in the morning. I'm
Hmm.
so I
I
totally
think as entrepreneurs, our minds are always
know.
going 24/7.
I agree. I agree. Back to journaling. What do you use to journal? Do you write on, do you use paper or do you have electronic? And if you have electronic, do you use an app?
No, I use paper. I'm
Oh,
old fashioned, Pam.
I understand.
I use, and the reason why I use paper is because I have had 3 experiences where I lost my flash drives and lost all my information on those 3 flash drives. That
Wow.
forced me to go out
Right.
and purchase an external drive.
Yes.
So now it's like I have a backup for a backup for a backup for a backup. And then recently my laptop
Right.
crashed. So
Right.
I lost everything that's in my laptop. I can't get that back. I got to go out and find a new laptop.
Right.
So I had to go back to journaling and paper pen.
I
You
do too.
know, the dollar stores and Walmart has composition books for like $1.
Yes. You don't have to tell me. Girl, you showed me all yours. Look, I got some over
I
here.
know you got some.
Yeah, I do. And I do have and I've done the electronic. I used morning papers for a little bit, but I couldn't feel it. I needed to,
Really?
I just tried it. I did try it. I tried it for a week.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I journal
Mine's just pen and paper. That's all I got.
and it's good. And they
Hmm.
should do it.
Because at least I got it out of here
Correct.
and it's on paper. Because
Right.
there's more ideas and there's more thoughts that are up here, and it needs to be out of here and
Correct.
on something so some more information can travel through. So
Exactly.
don't go on brain overload. And
Right.
entrepreneurs, we all hit that mark where we go on brain overload.
So true. I agree. I so agree with you.
Then, lastly, I have make note of achievements. Those go into my journal.
Your achievements. I like that. That's why, but I do that. I allow people to come on my show to do their celebration. I
Hmm.
feel, I totally believe in doing you're your own cheerleader, but let's do it
You
together.
have to be.
You have to, because who's gonna cheer you on?
Nobody better than you.
I thought at the 10 we're gonna do it. Okay, that well. And then I thought my other friend gonna do it. That didn't even work out well. But you do
You
have
have to be
to,
your own cheerleader.
and
You
no, it's
really have to be your
okay.
own cheerleader because nobody is going to cheer you on better than you.
Right.
There was this movie clip
Mm-hmm.
that my coach showed me. And the movie clip that she showed me it was these people on the beach. She showed it to all of us. It was these people on the beach, and you probably seen it because you're a coach. People on the beach, and one guy gets up and he starts dancing in front
Right.
of the people on the beach. He's not the leader. Another guy see the guy that started the dancing. He gets up and starts dancing on the beach.
Right.
Before you know it, you have a crowd of people dancing on the beach.
Right.
But it wasn't the leader that started it. It was the second guy that was following the leader.
Right.
Achievements and journals.
Yep. I so how do you celebrate your achievements, big or small?
I do small. I do small. I do. And I do small because I was like, okay, I accomplished that goal. But when I accomplish one goal, Pam, I
Mhm.
set another.
Yep.
I accomplished one, I set another.
I have to say, I honestly set weekly goals for me. That helps.
Mhm.
That helps my mind, because the monthly goals, my mind was like, this isn't working. So I set weekly goals, and then once you do the weekly goals, your monthly goals is so much achievable. Girl, I can't even. I'm not. Mine is a three.
This is my 20, the end of 20, because I
Uh-huh.
took the beginning out, but this
Right.
is the end of 20 and all of my 2021.
Wow.
Because every December,
Uh-huh.
what I do is every December, I map out all of my goals for that upcoming year.
Good for you. Good for
Like,
you.
and I've always done it so I know what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
where I'm supposed to be, what I'm teaching, and it's by week.
Right.
You know how you have the monthly calendar and it has 7 days of the week, Sunday through Saturday. Sunday
Yes.
starts the beginning of the week. I have it
Me too.
by week, but for the whole year
Me
of
too.
2021.
Yes, I do too. And then I go down to by hour to help me out a little bit more. But
We have to.
yes, we have to. And then knowing that it took me a minute though to really understand that I needed that by day, by hour. Because I didn't understand, why can't I get things done? Thinking I'm being productive, but I wasn't productive. And I had to be honest with myself. So I so agree with you. And I'm glad to hear that you do celebrate yourself. Um,
Uh-huh.
may it be little, may it be small, but I'm glad to hear you do some celebrations. That's amazing.
Yeah, I do. I do mine's like very, very, I don't do big celebrations. I do small celebrations, and that's because I've always did it small. Like my my goals, my accomplishments, my family, they're more excited for me than me. I'm like, y'all pretty excited. They're like, well, you should be too.
Good.
And they don't see it in my face, but I feel it in my heart.
I understand. I understand. That's
Yeah,
good though. That's good. That's good. You got a good cheerleading team for you. That's good.
it is. They there. My grandbaby, my son, and my daughter.
I understand. Look, my grandbabies.
Sometimes the mister, but it depends on what it
Yeah,
is.
true.
He's been like pissed off at me for several years
Oh,
because he wanted me to do something. I was like, no, you go do it. You want that piece of paper? You go do it. I mean, like, I went, I was chasing degrees at some point in my life. And I went to a prestigious university that cost me a lot of money. And
mhm.
when they got done with me, Pam, I was tired.
I'm sure. I'm
I
sure.
was like brain tired.
I'm sure.
And even though I had a desire to, go further and get my PhD, I was like, I'm not doing it.
I understand.
I'm tired. And the mister was like, you know what? Instead of you doing all this other stuff, you should be back in school getting that piece of paper. Like, no, you go get it because you want it.
I'm with you. I did the piece of, I did the draw. I did too. I was chasing the degree paper. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it, girl. After I got that piece of paper, I shook their hand. I'm like, I'm not. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to sit down, but I get you.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, because when you chasing degrees and you working 2 and 3 jobs, it
Ooh,
wears. I was functioning on
right.
2 hours of sleep, literally for 5 years.
I know. I listen. My girlfriend, one of my girlfriends is that stuck with me. Why were we joking about it? She goes, Pam, remember we had a 5 a.m. class? I go, girl, we were
Please.
I remember. I said, girl, do you remember we were running through the snow trying to make sure we weren't get locked out of 5 a.m. class? I said, that class is what made me say, I ain't coming back. I'm not coming back anymore. And so
Hmm.
yeah, I promise you. I
And I
remember.
was like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then because it's so expensive,
Yes, it is. It is.
It's very expensive. And I was like, I don't want that kind of debt.
Yeah, I'm
I
good.
really don't. And when this president elect, Biden accepted running for president, and he said what he had to say about student loans, I like, hey, if anybody got any student loans,
You
you
bet.
need to be voting for him.
Yep, I'm with you. So we'll see. But I got him. I'm with you though. I shook that hand and walked across that stage, wave. As you know how you wave, I was a waving of goodbye and thank you very much.
Listen, they gave me my piece of paper. I was like, thank you, Jesus, I made it.
Right.
Because it's times when you want to give up.
Yes.
And you ask yourself, why the hell am I doing this?
Right. Oh, you.
But that goes back into mindset.
Yes.
It goes back into consistency, determination. It goes back into manifestations.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what we wanted at the time. And we had to make it our reality.
Right. But yes, I'm with you. Still with you.
Man, those was the days.
Aren't they? Whew. Praise God, they're over. Praise God. Praise God.
Yep. And I recently had a goal accomplished, and I didn't want to share it with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I shared it with one person. One. That was my daughter. And I told her, please don't tell nobody yet. She was more excited for me than I was. And she says, why are you not excited? I said, because I have not fully accomplished. That's only part one.
Right.
There's a part two.
Right.
I still got to get through part two of this goal. And then I can,
right.
This one I could celebrate in a big win.
Right.
When we go off the air, I'll tell it to you. Okay. When we go off the air, Pam, I'll tell it to you, and you understand why I didn't do a big or small win celebration.
I can't wait to hear what it is.
Quite happy, but I was like, and she told 4 people, and they have given me a title to it that I have not earned.
Yes, you do. Is it a good title?
Universal wise, yes.
Okay.
Universal wise, yes.
That's what I was
trying to get. Physically, no. Universal wise, yes, but physically, no. It's out there.
Right.
I'm going to get it, but there's that thing of that we talked about, execution. You have people today who want stuff. They want to create a business.
Yes.
But they don't want to invest in a coach.
You ain't got to, listen. You don't have to tell me. You do not have to tell me. But also to people, I feel society people don't understand what it takes to invest in themselves. They don't understand why they invest into them, why they need to invest in themselves. I have some clients that are always like, well, what am I to do? I'm like, there is so much out here you can do. So now personal development is always something that I teach to my clients, and we have goals on what's their personal development goals and what's their business development goals. Because if you don't keep developing personally, your business will stay stagnant. And if you want to be a corporation, such as big as Wendy's, the L brands and all them, you have to be able to, you have to build yourself, and you have to go after your personal growth goals. And you have to. So I totally get, I even have, I have some friends that are like, I'm like, so what are you guys doing for your personal growth? And everyone's like, well, what do you want me to do? What I want you to do? Yeah, I promise you, I get a lot of what do and I'm like, let me
not what they want to do.
what I want them to do. I said, do you guys not understand me? If I do it for you, I'm keeping all what comes my way. And I'm very clear on it will come my way. The success will be there. But a lot of people don't understand why they need to do some personal growth. So those listeners out here, get out here and do some personal growth. May it be writing, may it be, learning how to do Excel, whatever it is to take you to that next level, please do it. And guess what? You can do it now because there's a lot of free resources out there that you can do it to make your personal growth take it to the next level on no money and reliable resources. So I'm always an advocate for personal growth.
And the thing about personal growth is you gotta read in order to grow. You have to read personal growth books
Right.
in order to grow.
Absolutely.
And some people don't understand the why behind reading these books so that they can grow. You read enough books, it's going to change your mindset. It's going to keep you laser focused. That's number 2.
You're right. I so agree with you. Like I said, I'm reading 4 at a time. 4 at a time.
We talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I don't read them. I do the
You do the audio.
I do Audible books, and that works so well because I can listen to it while I'm working. I can listen to it while I'm walking, driving, at the gym. Look, I already busted it out in 4 different places. So that's where 4 different books go. And each book has its own place. So,
right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's people they gotta want it.
They do. But why do you think COVID to me would have been the ding, aha, but it still seems like, or more so now, it seems like a lot of people, that light bulb has not clicked. Why do you think that?
I think it hasn't clicked because I'm gonna just say it and put it out there. They didn't have the mind shift because they were still waiting on COVID PUA money.
Mm.
And when a lot of people got a whole lot of money, some people got none.
Yes. Yeah.
But it should have been a big wake-up call for them. You get all this money
Right.
at one time, which you should have did, even if you invested a small portion, just a small portion, at least you would have been able to create a business for them, their family, their children. All that says legacy.
Right.
What
right.
they do? Big ass TVs.
Girl. Fancy.
2, 3, 4.
Right.
You can only watch one TV at a time.
You don't have to tell me.
Or the car that you can't afford. And I'm going to say this. Some people like, you know what? I can afford to buy a car. If you can't afford the maintenance on that, you can't afford the car.
Exactly. I'm with you.
You have to have maintenance money.
Right. I'm with you. Or they got the brand, they got the diamonds or the big, the expensive shoes, the expensive purse. It's just so much. And me, I'm all about, can we put it towards my business? And they'd be like, well, where? Let me give you a list and you could choose wherever you want to lay the blessing at. I will be grateful for it.
Exactly.
But
that's one of the reasons why I think a light bulb has not went off, because they have not had their back up, really against the wall.
You're right. You're right, because we as true entrepreneurs, we get against the wall. We talked about this yesterday. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how to,
absolutely
get to that.
We will. But when you have people who are used to a 9 to 5, a 6 to 2, a 7 to 3, W-2 employees, their thinking is different from ours, even though, like, I know people who've been entrepreneurs and now they W-2 employees, their thinking is still W-2.
Right. I agree.
Even though they were an entrepreneur.
Right. I'm
But
with
a
you
person that's an entrepreneur, oh, we're thinking like, what can I do?
to make
How can I?
right.
And we don't think, oh, I can't,
Mm-mm.
because it cannot afford, cannot afford to be in our vocabulary.
At all. And then you know what? I'm one of those people, I'm gonna go ahead and jump and do whatever I have to do. And if it's a big ticket item that is going to better myself, I'll worry about how to make that money. I'll
Yes.
that's me. I promise you in a day, I'll be like, yep, I did that. And then I'll be like, okay, so how am I going to do it? I'll be like, I can do this, 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 this. Okay. I can see it and stuff like that. But I'm so with you on that. I so agree with you.
The entrepreneurial mindset is totally different.
It is. And that's one reason why I went, also why I want to educate women, because we talked about this yesterday, where a lot of women are fearful of leaving that 9 to 5, because you know why? Because it's a
Security.
yeah, and you got your work friends, and you have that, your check, you're gonna get a check long as you're doing the work, versus over here an entrepreneur, it's all based on what we do.
Yep.
Point blank.
Absolutely.
There is no, oh, no. It depends on, it is based on how much work you're doing, and you have to be doing it damn good, excuse my mouth, because if you're doing that's not going to get you anywhere.
Mm-mm.
So, and so I believe a lot of women are afraid. I'm gonna say women for right now, because men are more powerful in still some sense than women. Women are just be okay and things like that. But
You think men will go out there more so than women
yep,
when it comes to, stepping out
yes,
on the stepping out on the leap of faith and belief, like this
yeah.
can happen?
Yes. I know a gentleman that started a business. His business is business in a bucket. He teaches people how to do a business out of a bucket.
Really?
Yeah. And his name is Keith Jones. Amazing. He's a very nice man. He's not a young man, but he's a nice man. And that's one of his businesses. That is, and it is a profitable business. And I say that, can you imagine a woman saying, oh, let me teach you how to do a business in a bucket? It's going to be a lot of thinking about this. I
And
think,
she'll talk herself right out of it.
I think Keith said, okay, we're going to do business in the bucket. He taught kids. I think he taught them how to run a car wash. And ever since then, that business has been booming.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Keith, I have to put you out there, but it's true. He does other businesses now, but absolutely,
Okay. That's awesome. Business in the bucket.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So yes, I do feel men are more aggressive at what they want. I feel men are. There are some women. Don't get me wrong, but more so, their men are out there being more aggressive.
You think women um are also afraid of stepping out into a business for fear of rejection, fear
Yep.
of failure, um, not, well, I'm gonna give you an example. I was talking to, when I say orphan, anytime you hear me say the word orphan,
Okay.
these are, and it's not in a negative way, it's in a positive way. But
Okay.
these are women that I have trained in the spa industry or in business. And because they was under my wing and I taught them, they're my orphans.
Okay.
But they had success stories that go along with it.
Okay.
So I was in a conversation with two of them. One of them was my orphan, and the other one was someone that just took a class with me.
Okay.
And her thing was she done went through the training, she done went through the classes, and in here, she wants to branch out
Okay.
and do her own thing. She had the plan.
Okay.
She wrote up her blueprint. She talked herself out of it by saying, what if it doesn't work?
Man.
Mhm.
I agree. I feel a lot of women, because again, we're creatures of affection,
Emotions.
emotion. So you're gonna worry about everybody, the woo 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 and all that. Men don't care. I
No, they
promise
don't.
they don't care.
They could give two issues.
Yeah, I promise you. I
They
went,
can.
it's true. I was doing a Toastmasters class, and this one gentleman, he was a very nice young man. He came in and he goes, Pam, guess what I did? I go, what did you do? Thinking he was clowning. He goes, I quit my job. I go, what? Very successful young man. I said, you what? He goes, yeah, quit my job. I said, did you call your wife? Because I'm gonna think we're gonna need to think you're gonna have to come and lay on my couch for a little bit. Did you? He's like, nope. I said, okay. So then he went home, didn't even tell his wife, came back the following week. I go, so how are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm doing good. I'm running 2 successful online marketing businesses. They're playing off each other. I'm making more money now than I ever before. I was just like,
You
what?
go, man.
Right. And I didn't believe him. So he made me come out in the car, and he had his boxes from when he when he packed up from work, and he left out. How many women that would do that?
I don't.
I had one client.
Because, and the reason why I say I don't is because women will talk themselves out of it
I agree.
for fear of what if, what am I going to do if I do this? What if it doesn't work?
Yep.
How am I going to support myself if it doesn't work?
Right.
How am I going to pay my bills? How am I buy my shoes? How am I go to the freaking nailery?
Right.
How am I take care of my children? How am I pay? How am I do this? How am I do that? They will talk themselves out of because they have not realized their net worth.
True. So true. So
If
true.
they realized their net worth, they would
They really did the
just
same
do
thing.
it.
He did it, and he to this day, he's an amazing young man. Amazing young man. So,
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's awesome. I'm happy for him.
me too.
I'm happy for him. I don't know too many women that would just go out and do that.
Now I did have one client. She did call me. And she's like, Pam, I'm gonna quit today. I go, okay, that's cool. You're gonna do it, but what's your plan? Or what are we gonna do? She's like, you're right. I'll just stay. I said, I'm not talking to you staying. I just need you to think about it. And so she's like, you know what? I'm gonna give her 2 weeks notice. Not even 2 hours later, she said, Pam, I couldn't do it. I walked out and I'm done. I'm
I'm happy for her.
like, okay.
Like
Okay.
anybody who wants to come on the entrepreneur train, come on.
Right. Just
Because
know
the train is going to ride out either
right.
way.
Right. Just know when we hit them bumpy roads, I'm not stopping. Please understand that we're gonna
Yes,
fix it and keep it moving.
that train is going to ride with or without you.
Right.
So why not get on it?
What's the harm? What's the harm?
If anything, you have something to gain and you
Right.
might like it.
You'll like it. You just may at the time you may be not doing what you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, entrepreneurship can be very addictive. That's the side effect.
So true. So true. I agree. I love my entrepreneur life. I
Me
truly
too. I had a friend call me tonight. I had reached out to him, a colleague, because his dad transitioned. I like, listen, um, if you need anything, let me know.
right.
So I hadn't heard from him. He called me back tonight and he says, and I said, yo, you okay? He says, I'm fine. I'm okay. So we were talking and we were talking shop. He's a massage therapist just like me.
Okay.
And I like, so what are you gonna do now? And he was like, um, I'm gonna have to get out there and do what I gotta do because his dad transitioned
Right.
and now it's just his mom and his siblings and he finds himself by himself. And I was like, you is gonna have to decide that
Mhm.
leap of what you want to do.
Yeah. And you can do it.
And that's what I told him. And he has had this fear for a while, Pam. For a while, like, this is a fear you're going to have to get over
Yes.
and just go out there and do it.
Right. And get you a stronger tribe if you have to. Get more Carolyns around your table. You be like, now listen up. I don't know what's wrong, but we're gonna keep it moving. But that's
Mhm.
but you know, we laugh, but we were there. I mean, we were
Yes,
truthfully there. We were
yes,
truthfully there at that time. So he's gonna need to get some people like, okay, we're not stopping. So you're gonna just have to pull
yeah.
boy pants up and we're getting ready to run
And you
right.
know what we say? Pull your big girl panties up and keep it moving.
I know that's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. But
But listen, people, if Pamela can do it, I can do it. And anybody you seen me bring on my platform that's an entrepreneur. We all have been through that entrepreneur process. And we also had that fear at one time. But you still have to go out there on the leap of faith and just tread waters.
absolutely. Just do
Might
it.
have some rocky bumps, but it does smooth out. We all
Eventually.
do.
Yep.
We
Yep.
all have the bumpy ride, but it does smooth out. And just remember, you have to have a plan. It starts here and your belief, your desire, your consistency, and your determination. And then you have to execute and have a laser focused vision on what you want. I have a saying, if you could taste it as much as you want it, that's laser focused.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
take action because it's not going to come to you. Stop sitting back. Oh, I'm a wait. What are you waiting on? Because it's
Right.
not waiting on you.
True.
Sometimes I go overboard and I talk too much passion into how I feel, but it's just that I want people who have an idea, who have a thought. If it's an idea, you can make that idea your reality, but don't let it sit dormant into your head. Because Pamela gave me a lesson like 2 days ago, asking me this hard question: what's the richest place on earth? And her answer is as odd as it may seem, she's right. She's right. Don't let that be you. Pam, tell them what the richest place on earth is.
The graveyard. And it's because we take everything, our ideas and our vision to the grave and not share it with people. So everybody needs to, I'm with Carolyn, get out. No idea is crazy. Trust me, no idea is so far fetched that it's doesn't make sense. If it makes sense to you, you make sense to the world with it. And don't
Mhm.
worry about everybody else.
No, and believe us, there's somebody in the world who is looking for what you have.
Absolutely.
Don't look at your backyard and say, oh, it's nothing out here. Step outside your own backyard, step outside your neighborhood, and look at the world as your oyster of business.
Yes.
You got the whole world.
Right.
You might not speak the language, but that's why they got translators.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pam, we're going to get out of here.
Okay.
As normal, I had fun with you.
I can't believe time has gone by so fast.
It
Thank
has, and that was fast. But I want to congratulate you on your day one and day two presentation. You
you.
got a lot of accolades. Let me know that was an awesome presentation. You gave some great information, and those individuals that reached out to me and said, I told them to connect with you.
Okay. That'll be good.
So,
I'm already planning for next month, so I can't
I
wait
know.
to do it.
I know. So, everybody, you have been listening and watching the Let's Talk with Carolyn radio show on Sador Radio. Keep in mind, I am here every Monday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sometimes I get a late start because I'll be having other stuff going on. However, you can always download the app on your Android or your iPhone, Sador Radio, and you could take all of the 22 hosts, radio hosts, anywhere you go. Pamela, what do you have for last words of encouragement?
First, I want to say thank you again for allowing me to be on your platform. It's always a pleasure to be on the platform sharing with you. So first and foremost, thank you. Listeners, everybody, get out here and live your life. You hear us keep talking about don't live the regrets. Please go out here and live your life. We only get one of it. Take it to the hill. So then when you leave, you have no regrets, no worries. I know I used to think about it. Now I'm out here living the way I'm doing my purpose and my passion. I'm living it the way I'm supposed to live it. So be good, take care of yourself. Oh, and if no one has told you guys are all amazing and you rock. So take care of yourself.
Take care. Pamela, I'm going to take us offline.
Okay.
We're still going to be here.
Okay, sounds cool.
Take care, everybody.
Bye,
Have a good night. See y'all next Monday.
Yay.
Live stream.